means going back to work on Monday. You know, I've never taken it as a position of, I've got to do a job. You know, whether it was 7 months ago I had a job to do and I continue to do it through now, this means I continue that job. You know, the sheriff's office is at my home. It's where I started 21 years ago. The men and women that are in this room are a testament to that. It worked very, very hard to make sure that I continue that position, and I'm just proud to go back to work.
That was Interim Sheriff Joe Lopinto after he became the duly elected sheriff of Jefferson Parish, talking with our Paul Murphy on Saturday night, minutes after he won the election. And Sheriff Lopinto is joining us now on the set. Thank you and congratulations.
Good morning.
It was a tough fought race.
It was a tough fought race. We had 7 months to go out there and let people know who I was, but it was a tough race, but ended in a victory.
And is there a different feeling for you personally when you go into the office today as the elected sheriff rather than the appointed sheriff?
I've had a job to do for the last 7 months, and I continue to do it. Now, last week, of course, I have a lot of stuff that's probably backed up my desk this morning, so it doesn't feel any different. I know I have to go in there and go to work.
And what usually when somebody new comes in like this, there's changes, but you've been in for a while, and so you probably will keep things going as they are, because obviously some things are going right there.
There are. I mean, there's decisions I made immediately. You know, our jail is actually fully staffed right now for the first time in probably 30 years because of the decisions that I've made over the last 7 months. There are things that I will change. I know that there's things that we want to go, make changes to make them happen that I put off to after the election. I'll sit in with my staff. They're not things that have to happen immediately. There'll be things that happen over a period of time. But I didn't think it was appropriate before an election to make major changes.
See, and that's what I wanted to ask you, because as the elected sheriff, it's now your department. What are some of the things you'll be looking at in the immediate future?
We have to change our computer system. It's 28 years old. I knew that, and it's probably going to cost $8 million. I didn't think it was appropriate for me to make the decision on what computer system to buy, to what system that we're going to go forward for the next 30 years before an election. So it's a decision that I put off until the election was over with, and now I'll sit down and make that tough decision.
And now, will you rally the troops together today and I mean, give them some kind of a pep talk? Now,
it's hard to rally 1,500.
No, I know it's a lot, but
I
maybe go from district to district and stuff like that.
I will. There's no doubt. I did that when I first came on, and I'll do it again. I also have deputy representatives that come to me. I will set that meeting today for them to come in, and we have those talks to figure out what improvements that they'd like to see.
And you have been a very active sheriff since you were appointed by Sheriff Norman. Will we still see you on the scene of crimes, of murder scenes, of traffic fatalities, things like that? Because we saw a lot of you on camera.
And you will, and that's the person I am. My radio was on the way here today. I don't stop. I enjoy the work of the sheriff. I will be out on the scenes, there's no doubt about that. Good news in Jefferson Parish is we don't have a whole lot of them. So it doesn't take a lot of my time from the standpoint of when there's something major, when I have a deputy that's hurt, when there's a major crime scene, I'm showing up to it to make sure that I have the knowledge that I need.
And on election night, did you talk to John Fortunato?
He did not. No, he actually texted me about 11:30 that night. But no, we did not talk that day.
And you guys said before, I mean, you were friends, you'll remain friends.
Sure. The campaigns can always get dirty. At the end of the day, my goal is to continue to serve people of Jefferson Parish. I would have obviously answered the phone for him that night, but we both had work to do.
Yeah, and the term you've been elected to is a short term. You'll be running for this again in 18 months.
I will, but you know what? I've run for things before. If I do my job right, the citizens of Jefferson Parish will keep me there, and if I don't, they'll obviously kick me out.
All right, Sheriff Lopinto, thanks. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.